What's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? Hope my audio is good. Hope everything is going good with you guys today. What a great, amazing day. Great day to be alive. Great day to be grateful for everything. But it's time to lock in. And everybody else, it's time to lock in. It's time to do this. It's time to do that. I've stated this before and I'll state it again. Everything that I do, everything that I say is just a reference of me talking to myself and trying to get things and understand life for myself. So when I say it's time now, I'm talking to myself, trying to understand that the moments that I've been looking for in life is right in front of me. And it's up for me to grasp them. It's up to me to approach them with the utmost importance that it needs to be. So it's time now. It's time now to take advantage of the opportunity that you have in life right now. The advantage that you have to reach whatever level that you want to reach ultimately. That's the stage, that's just the mindset that we got to have right now. That's where the focus has to be. The focus has to be on just maximizing the day. Just maximizing the day over everything, maximizing everything and every opportunity. And sometimes on our journey, I know yesterday I spoke about the wealth building journey and how things you're going to go through and setbacks and things like that. And really not everything is a setback. It's just another curve in the road to where you're going. It's just someone you didn't prepare for. It's just like that hard left just out of nowhere, and you gotta slow down for a little bit, and you be like, whoa, I gotta slow down, or I might crash out because I have been, I've been going too fast on the journey and thinking that, I can just hit every turn the same way. Sometimes there's some hard lefts inside of your journey that you need to slow down for a bit and get through that turn, get through that moment, get through whatever it is that you got to get through, And so I'm in that hard left turn right now. And for me, I've scaled back as far as like with my trading. I was just listening to a reel and it was talking about aura. I was talking about, I think it was Brian Tracy or Jim Rome or one of those old motivational speakers, and he was talking about, your aura. Your aura is what you are, what you do without saying a word. It's your habits, it's the way you walk, it's the way you talk, it's the way you move, it's your swagger, it's your flow, it's your energy, it's your aura, it's the invisible light that surrounds you at all time that speaks louder than you ever can. What up, Kara? How you doing? That's your aura. That's what you emit without you saying anything. The light that shines from you is either bright or it's dark, but it's all dependent upon you. You know what I mean? So I remember it's crazy how when you have these certain thoughts in your head that you choose to ignore. What's up, everybody? Jeremy, Ola Gente, Keisha. Appreciate all y'all tapping in and the likes, man. But there's always a voice that's inside of you that's going to speak to you. And it only depends on whether or not you choose to listen to that voice or not. That's the biggest aspect in life. And I remember certain things that you say that will always come back to you to make you understand, like, why did I say that? Because that's not the direction that you want to go. So you say something. And I remember when I was talking about my trading, I was talking to my trading, I was doing an interview and I was talking to a friend of mine and I was telling him and I was like, man, I'm just a slave to the charts right now. I'm just a slave to the charts. And when I appreciate the sub, Mary, I really appreciate that. And when I said I was a slave to the charts, it got me thinking, wow, I really allow myself to be enslaved by something other than the God in me. I allowed myself to be a slave to to something else than the God in me. I allowed myself to be a slave to something else than the God in me. And I remember when I was saying that, I was like, yeah, man, I'm a slave to the charts. Meaning like I'm always studying, I'm on the charts. Like I'm very obsessive type of person. Once I start something, I want to get into it. I want to go crazy. I want to really max out. I want to do all that to really, get the most out of it. Like go hard at all times. It's just the type of person that I am. So, and in trading, in my trading and my journey of just wealth building, I'm so obsessive, and it's the type of journey that it will humble you because you're trying to force your way into something. You can't force your way into this. You can't force your way into your path in life. You can't force your way into that. You have to be what you're becoming. What do you mean by that? So if I see myself as something, if I see myself as a wealth builder, someone that's going to help my family, change my family's life, really show them the pathway of we don't have to be broke our whole lives. Like we don't have to be those type of people. We don't have to come from a family that comes from broke, like being broke or not being able to really change nobody's lives, not being able to change your own family life, to not be able to have options. Think about how many options you actually have in life to actually do what you want to do. Hey, Desire's back. You back on your mom's phone? To be like, how many options do you actually have in life to choose from? You know what I mean? How many options do you actually have? And building wealth gives you those options. All right, now you're on your mom's phone. Make sure you clear with your mom before you get on the phone, because you could just be on anything. That's not good. Make sure you tune into the right thing. Hey, appreciate it. How you say your name? Eugene? Love you too, man. I'm just walking the path that every person must walk, and I'm just explaining what I go through on a daily basis. It's my thoughts, my processes, and that's just who. Everything that I say is what it's a conversation with myself that explains my path in life. Just the whole process of it. It's all a process. And so that voice inside is always going to steer you in the right direction. It'll always steer you in the right direction. It has always told me everything I needed to say or do. And I remember when I said to myself, I'm a slave to the charts, I put power into something else that wasn't me. I'm a slave to no one. I'm a slave to nothing. I am that I am. And I am that I will be. Appreciate it, bro. And that's just where I'm at. I am who I am. And that's the order that I want to be. So I've taken time to get away from trading. It's just like when I'm in my career and I'm playing basketball, right? It's just like when I'm going through, I'm playing basketball. And like I'm playing all year, like this season, for example. Play about 3 months straight. We're practicing all the time, every day, dang near, maybe one day off a week. It's just a lot of, you're in grind mode. You're in grind mode all the time. And you're just caught up in that mode. And when I went home for the Christmas break right after the game, I went home for like 8 days or something like that. And I touched the basketball, but it was just for a moment. Like I'd seen it in my trunk. I remember I had my basketball in my trunk. So I just picked it up, shot it in the air about 2-3 times, passed it around to my daughter, and then put it away. And I had practice. I had my first practice today. And I was a little rusty, but I was feeling amazing. And my team that I was on, we won by like 20 points in the scrimmage in practice today. And I know it's because I took time to step away from the game. I didn't touch a basketball. I didn't run, I didn't do nothing. And it was that just understanding that I know the type of person I am. I know the type of work that I put in, and I know the energy I put towards going after what I want. And it just came back to me. I said something a long time ago in a reel that I posted. Rest is part of the journey. Rest is part of the journey. Rest is part of the journey. Would you say, Eugene, I failed at a very important exam. Now I have to study one more year, but we never give up. I'll tell you a perfect. I'll tell you. I don't know if you're in school. I don't know if you're in school or what this exam is, but that reminds me. I'm gonna give you a perfect. I'm glad you brought that up. It's perfect how it ties in. I'm glad you brought that up. So, maybe 2 to 3 years ago, I was studying to be. This is my obsessive nature. University, great. What university you go to? I graduated from Savannah State University with a computer science and information systems degree. I never used it once. So about what was it? 2021. I was studying to be a home inspector. So every time you build a house, sell a house, you have to have somebody come in and inspect the home. It's actually a really good job, right? A really good career, right? It pays per house. Now, like if you do an inspection on a home and then you get all the add-ons, you can make about $700 a home. And most home inspectors do about minimum 2 to 3 homes, sometimes 4 homes a day. So you do the math. That's $2,800. You will make about $2,000 a day as a home inspector. So I was like, okay, I'm playing basketball, but I'm gonna also study while I'm in season to be this home inspector. Because when I go home in the summers, I don't care what you do. I'm not making $2,000 a day playing basketball. I'm not making $2,000 a week. So you telling me I can make $2,000 a day? Shoot. All you got to do is make $1,000 a day. Do 2 houses a day, 4 days out of the week. That's $4,000. That's $12,000 months. So I was studying for this test. Studying for about 3-4 months. Went to take the test, failed it. Okay. They say the average home inspector takes about 4 to 5 times to pass it. Next time, I went to the next season. Not gonna give up. My mom bought me a book. Read that book. It was a studying book for the home inspector. Studied like a madman for like 6 months. It had to be about 6 months I studied for this exam, for this test to be a home inspector. I studied. No, I could still feel the pain that I had when I didn't pass the second time. I did better, but the pain that I had when I didn't pass that test the second time, oh boy, did I cry, and it hurt so bad. Bruh, it hurt so bad to not pass that test. And I remember my girlfriend at the time, I called her and told her, the only word she could say was, I don't believe it. Because she's seen how hard and how long I studied for this exam. There was nothing in the world that would tell me I was going to fail this test. There was nothing. I had zero doubt. Zero. I knew it, and I failed. And that right there was probably one of the most greatest failures that I had that led me to talking to you today. Isn't that amazing? I wouldn't have started my journey on being and doing this channel and building this network if I didn't fail that test. Because me failing, my mom wouldn't have bought me that book. I wouldn't have read that book that recommended another book. That book recommended another book, and I read all those books that recommended me to a podcast that recommended me to starting this, and then here we go, 4 years, 3 years down the road. It be in the failures. It's always a test. Everything here in life is your learning lesson. Everything is a test in life, man. Everything is a test in life. Everything here, nothing here is to hurt you. Everything is to teach you. Every man is your teacher. I listened to an old preacher named Reverend Ike, and he says, you are everyone, every situation, everything happens for you, not to you. And I feel that. I feel like we are all connected through just energy. When you break it all down to just matter and atoms, like we are all just energy vibrating at a different level, speed, based on the thoughts that we have. And that's the most craziest, unique thing that can happen. Just based on the thoughts that we control in our mind will ultimately create our existence. And it sounds like, that's fairy tale, baze squaze. But coming from a person, from myself, and I've witnessed it, and it has happened. That happened and led me to the YouTube journey and building the network. Well, let's backtrack 3 years prior before that. 3 years prior before that, I was trying to figure out how to get some money because I was spending too much money, and I realized basketball wasn't going to pay me enough money to live much longer. So I wrote down. This is why it was so important to write down. You know, they say write the vision, make it plain. I remember writing down in my phone, in my notes, I want to start a YouTube channel talking about overseas basketball and the life of overseas basketball. 7 years later. Powerful. I forgot all about it. It wasn't until I was just 3 years later when I was already doing it. I went through my notes, just clearing out my phone, and I found that note. I found it. It was almost surreal. Like, how? You know? Everything happens for you. Everything. 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 Everything happens for you. You know? It's just the decisions and the thoughts that you choose to align with and to follow and to agree with. It's already the most amazing part is everything you need to know, everything that needs to happen for you, it's already inside of you. And it's just if you can hear it or not. That voice inside of you that's talking to you, you have to find a way to clear up that channel and get in line with that channel. You have to be in line with that. You have to cut out a lot of the distractions. Like, that's all it is. You got billion-dollar companies, hundreds of $1 companies doing everything they possibly can to make sure you focus on them and not what you want. It's so easily Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook, Kik, YouTube, Facebook. These are all million-dollar companies that has one thing in mind: keep you distracted, keep you unaligned, keep you on a different frequency that does not push you to where you need to go. So before I end, my goal, which is 2 more days left in the year. My goal for the end of the year is to finish this book. You deserve to be rich. I'm almost done with it, but my goal for the end of the year is to finish this book. No passing funded accounts, no trying to reach a certain money goal. My only goal to the end of the year is to finish this book. You deserve to be rich. Set one goal from now until the end of the year. 2 days. You got 2 days. Today is what, the 30th? Tomorrow's the 31st? You got today and tomorrow. Set one goal. Can you complete that goal? Carry that energy, carry that momentum into the next year. Remember, greatness is a habit, not a right. I will see you guys back here tomorrow on the next video. I'm out.